Hi, it's Dave from SuperPro. Rubber versus poly. Question we get asked the most here in the business. And look, we've got lots of answers. There's lots of details on the website for you. But I'm going to give you guys a brief overview. Rubber, obviously, it's been used in cars for years and years and years. It's a natural product, it comes out of trees. There is some synthetic stuff out there as well. Polyurethane is more modern development. It is a chemical compound. Polyurethane is basically like araldite. You have two parts. You have the curative and you have the polymer. And there's a whole lot of science that goes into making sure you get those ratios right and that it's poured correctly to give yourself a nice, robust product. The biggest misconception we get with polyurethane is that it's hard. And it can be, but not polys aren't polys. There are some massive differences in it. Here at SuperPro, we make polyurethane bushes in multiple duros. Now, duro is a measure of firmness. As a rule of thumb, a rubber bush, rubber is about 60 duro, okay? With the polyurethane sticks here I've got, this one's 70. So it's about 10-15% firmer than rubber. This one's 80 and this one's 90. And we spend a whole lot of time and energy with application engineering, making sure that we get the right polyurethane in the right location. You don't want to have a 90 in a lower control arm on your old Tirana. You'll need a kidney belt, right? You don't want to put a 70 in a shackle bush in your highlights because it will get chopped out. So we spend a whole lot of time and energy refining and refining and refining and making sure that we give a product that's durable but also reduces noise, vibration and harshness. NVH is a big thing in our business. So this bush here is a great example. This is a subframe bush, and with our new technology, our new techniques and the way we pour stuff, this bush is actually made out of multiple duros. So you have one duro on one side to take out and absorb the energy, and you have a different duro on the other side to give you comfort and take out that NVH. And we do that in lots of bushes. We do similar stuff, a lot of technology that goes into like our Hilux bushes. So we take all the force and load and give it strength, but it's nice and compliant and takes out the NVH. Now, as we all know with polyurethane, particularly SuperPro polyurethane, it's impervious to oils, petroleums and those sorts of things. So if you're driving a Volkswagen and you've got one of these vertical pivoting bushes and you get a bit of an oil leak, which let's face it, all cars get oil leaks at some stage, the oil isn't gonna melt the polyurethane bush the same way as it will melt the rubber bush. All SuperPro, that's why we can give all SuperPro bushes a lifetime warranty. Okay, you get a problem with the SuperPro bush, send it back. We'll replace it all day, every day. No questions asked. Okay, so we've got some vision underneath the car here of the bushes actually in action. So the one on the left is the SuperPro bush, on the right is the voided rubber factory bush. As you can see, there's a lot more movement in the factory bush than there is in the SuperPro bush. Every time that crush tube goes forwards and back, it's changing your wheel alignment, especially under braking. As you brake and it pushes the arm back, the wheels are going to toe out, and that's going to promote tyre wear. To extend your tyre life, to get better service out of them, you put the polyurethane bushes, makes the car a whole lot more stable. Obviously also, as you can see with that bush, it's very exposed to road grime, so it's going to get a lot of oil thrown up into it, a lot of dirt, a lot of petroleum type products, which just wears it away. The SuperPro bush, being polyurethane, is impervious to petroleum products, and it comes with a lifetime warranty. We spend a whole lot of time and energy with our engineers just refining and making sure that we come up with products that not only will last for the lifetime we guarantee they will, but they will, they work better in the car. There's less vibration, makes the car more drivable. A great example of that is our shackle kits. As we've mentioned in other videos, we do little things like put this nut around the end of the shackle to protect the grease nipple. We spend a whole lot of time on the knurling within the bush to make sure that the grease flows the whole way through the bush and keeps all those steel components lubricating. Rubber bushes and polyurethane bushes work differently. A rubber bush works like a torsional pivot. It absorbs the energy, then releases it. As we've mentioned in other videos, the polyurethane bush works like a bearing, so it's a free pivoting bearing. If you don't keep those steel components greased, they'll rust up, and because polyurethane is machinable, it will just machine the inside of the bush away and it will disappear. So you need to make sure that your knurling and all those things work properly to keep the steel components lubricated so they don't rust out and they don't destroy your great SuperPro polyurethane bushes. So we have a wealth of products in our range, about 7,500. I think our nearest competitor's got about 1,800 or something. Lots and lots of products. We're the market leader for a reason, and it's because of our engineering. is because of the time, the energy we spend making sure that not only is it the right poly, which is our formula, we designed it, but it goes into the right location to make sure the driving experience is better for the consumers. So if you need any SuperPro products, they're available through all of our distributors. Go to our website, plug in your postcode, find the distributor closest to you, get you some SuperPro today, and while you're at it, maybe have a read through about on some of our pages about the differences between rubber and poly. But if you have any questions, we're here to answer them. Thanks for your time.